Hey guys, it's your cousin Cletus here from Stuff with Cletus Automotive. Let's check out my LS swapped 1996 Volvo Estate wagon. Alright guys, what's so special about my 960 Estate wagon is this. This is a 6.0 LS out of a 2004 GMC Yukon Denali XL. It has a 4L80E out of a 1998 Chevy, or actually GMC 2500. And this was built in 5 days, and with the help of 9 YouTube channels, 8 channels being directly involved and 1 channel being a sponsor and helping out a whole lot. So this wagon is not you know, all the way redone by any means. It's still got some paint issues, windshield wiper missing on the front there, the arm anyway. So right here is where my AC goes. The compressor's ready, haven't put it on there yet. I do need to get another belt. This one's just a little bit not big enough, or not small enough. So I can, by hand, you can see it's starting to walk a little bit. By hand, I can put this back on if it pops off. So not tight enough. That's okay. We'll have to figure out what belt fits. Power steering pump is bad, even though it's new. I've got to fix that. It's a 1999 Camaro power steering pump. The rest of the accessories on the front here, starting down here: harmonic balancers from a Corvette, water pumps for a Corvette, thermostats for a Corvette as well. This intake is just some cheapo special we found at O'Reilly's. This throttle body, this is a truck intake with a drive-by-wire throttle body. The GMC did not have, the Yukon Denali did not have the drive-by-wire. Had a drive-by signal, I guess you could say, or drive-by-wire. This is drive-by cable, excuse me. So drive-by cable. This was given to us from 815, or 815 as I like to call them, LSX Swaps, their YouTube channel. This vacuum hose here I've got to finish putting in. This is for the map sensor that hooks to the Holley system. And the hood sits right flat against it, so you can see where it's already been rubbing. So I need to take care of that pretty quick, because the hood barely closes on this thing. It's very tight. It has stock injectors for right now. They will be replaced because the whole rest of the system has been set up for E85. So after I replace the injectors and put my E85 sensor back there, which I do have, and the harness, the Holley Terminator X harness, I already have the E85 sensor wiring plugged in. After I do that, I can run E85 in here. The ABS system stuff, all that actually does all work. The steering is the Volvo steering. The steering rack is new. It's under here, but it is from the Volvo. Their heater core does work. It goes back there. Like I said, the AC is going to finish up here. The radiator and fan is from the Volvo. The condenser is not in here, but I do have the little cover, the shroud that goes in here, but it goes this way. But it's when the AC condenser gets replaced for the AC system, it'll be done. The evaporator core for the AC is cleaned and installed. I got a new light. When I was accelerating real fast, it came off and shattered. So it's on the way. So we were able to retain the factory shifter. This 4L80E did require some widening of the, that's why these panels are off right here, and I've got to trim them. Like this carpet had to be trimmed a little bit, you probably can't tell, but I have to trim these panels to fit back over because it was widened. Here is some of the harness left over from the Holley system. This glove box I have out right this second because I've been trying to figure out all these map sensors and stuff like that, messing with the vacuum for all this to work. This is a display, Bluetooth with GPS and all that. Here's the Holley Terminator X display, which is just velcroed to the dash there. Sunroof does work. The horn's unhooked right now, but it does work. I've got the horn had to be replaced because it's a little rusted. This used to be where the airbag was, and this is now where the Holley Terminator X computer system sits. And then it comes out to hook to that. I also have the splitter where I could hook my laptop to it as well. Like I said, all that's actually covered up. The glove box is used after I finish that. I'm going to put it back in. The train's coming, y'all can hear. All the windows work. The mirrors work. Blinkers work. Hazards work. Windshield wipers work. Everything works pretty well. It needs to be cleaned pretty good. It's still kind of nasty. But it's much cleaner than it originally was. Like, I'm going to replace these seats, I think. These are the factory seats from 1996. This one, it's stuck. So, it does not move. Something's in the track. The back seats are actually in fairly good condition, so I will keep them. I'm going to try to find some seats that are Mercedes or something like that from the junkyard, or maybe I'll try to repair these. I don't know yet. Here's the channels that were involved, guys. I'm going to pan real slow. Make sure to check all these guys out. All their links will be in the description. As you can see, I got some junk on the floorboards, the carpets here. All they're still being worked with. Does have the rails on the roof there, and like I said, the sunroof. The wing here is not present. You could tell where it has been removed, and then this was sealed. I guess it was leaking. This obviously still needs to be cleaned up, but these seats fold down if I needed the extra room there. The tools for this 960 are here. That's pretty cool, I thought. And this thing does need to be cleaned out. I've actually got a car show this weekend that it's going to go to, but I've got some cleaning and stuff to do before then. Under here used to be where the spare tire went. Now this is the fuel cell. So the old fuel tank wrapped around the driveline, the two-piece driveline that it had. We kept the Volvo. Let me get down here so you guys can see. We kept the Volvo rear end. It has independent rear suspension. You can see our exhaust poking out there as well. Also got to get all this cleaned up, tucked up out the way. There's our fuel pump and all that. With keeping the rear end, we did have to, of course, replace the drive shaft, which you cannot see from here. That's fine. It is now a one-piece drive shaft, but I didn't want the fuel tank to be going around it, so we removed where the spare tire used to be and built a box, and the fuel cell is inside of it. And these are the dash 10 line and all that, set at 4E85 with the Corvette filter and all that stuff. So like I said, I got to clean that up a little bit, but that's pretty much it. The stocker rear end, like I said, the brakes do need to be replaced, front and back brake pads and rotors, which I have, which will be done before the car show this weekend. So there it is, guys. Let's get a quick walk around of what we did and how we made it work and fit. I'll walk around back to the engine real quick. I did replace these struts because the back hatch would not stay open. There's LED bulbs in there. on both sides for the brake lights. They pretty much just popped right in. We do fuel the system like we would regular, so that's pretty cool, I thought. Let's see. So coming back up here, like I said, I've got to get this put up. I don't need it sitting there. You could tell where I had to grind this down a little bit to make the hood fit, because it is tight with this truck intake. I could go with a car intake and give us some more room, and it'd be plenty of room, but I want to keep the truck intake because supposedly it has more power. As you can see down there, there's not a whole lot of room. These are like hooker headers, but they're the cheap eBay ones, the cheapest ones you can find. They're like hooker headers, and that is all the room you got for your steering. So if we want anything else, it would not fit. So that's what we did. We have the Yukon alternator that came on the Yukon, and the brackets we're using are all ICT billet brackets to make us where we could fit the power steering pump, AC, all our pulleys, all that stuff. So like I said, lots more work to go. I'll keep you guys updated on it. Y'all make sure to check out all the channels that were involved in this build. They're going to be releasing the build. We did this in 5 days, guys, all together. So they're going to be releasing their videos of the build. I'm going to be releasing more videos of the build. And also, I'm going to release some updates on what we're doing to it. I've got new wheels planned. I've got suspension planned, which hopefully is going to be air ride suspension. Not as much to lift up and down, which it will be, but also give a better ride. Right now, we had to replace the rear shocks because they were gone, but the front struts are no good as well, but they're not gone like the rear ones. They were rusted out. So with all that being said, guys, y'all stay tuned. Y'all got any questions, let me know. Appreciate you.